The booth prior to you hearing it, in for both your ears and then you feeling it. A little bit of our illicit lyrics leave you no relief. You can't escape it, you can't erase it. It makes the brain, it's amazing, face it, it's so dope.
Cool. Organised Chaos. Thanks so
Yeah.
much for being at this weirdly formal interview.
Yeah.
I'm standing up for you.
Like a teacher telling me off. It's kind of down here.
Like the cool teacher.
Sorry, man.
So let's get into the fact that obviously we've got two distinct artists here working
Yeah.
together in a group. So in terms of you guys forming, was it a weird transition to go from being solo artists to being in a group, or was it something that you guys were striving to do whilst being solo artists?
I feel like it's something that we always spoke about being, because we know we go way back now, so we've always spoke about doing it, but it's never quite materialised, has it? But and I think we were working on Micah's album.
Manifest.
Yeah, coming soon.
Plug.
Yeah, so I was producing his album, and then we just got the chemistry started building, and I just felt
One
like,
thing led to another.
and then you know me. Yeah, it's yeah, and then we just started. We've done a few tracks, didn't we? And then
Yeah.
Dopamine happened. So it's,
Do you find it easy to work in a group dynamics? I know, like, and me and Dave were talking about this before, actually, like, the infamous sort of amount of hip-hop groups that have sort of formed,
Yeah.
had, like, 6 months, then seem to just break apart in
Yeah.
this...
I just think people don't like people. I think we all just want to be on our own, don't we? But I don't know. I think you gotta find someone who's like-minded in it. Like, you know, he's on like my level. Like, you know, when he turns around and says, "Oh, this song, this," and I'm like, I agree in it. You know, it's not like, I don't know. I think sometimes, like, I was in groups in the past in it, and it was kind of like 4 different perspectives on the same. The thing is with hip hop is like, you can come at it from different angles. You can say it's like trap. You can say it's like, you know, whatever. Like, you know, like underground. Then you got the commercial type, and then I was in a group with like 4 people, like 4 different types of hip hop. So trying to throw that together was just it was a nightmare, you know.
I mean,
but-
every track can't be like a mashup, can it? So
yeah, exactly. So.
That's how things like Blazing Squad happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone needs that.
Never Blazing Squad, not even once. So
In terms of like your work together, like
Yeah.
listen to the last time, like talking about Dopamine actually,
Yeah.
which is nicely subtly on the screen there.
no way.
Um,
You put that there.
obviously, there's a lot of sort of like concept tracks in there as well as sort of
Yeah.
like personal stuff too. In terms of creative process for each of you individually, like when did it start for both of you separately, and how does it work for you now in terms of like getting something together?
For me, it started about 12 years ago now. It's just writing other people's. I think you're very much the same. It's just writing other people's lyrics, changing them and stuff. Just keep doing, and then releasing, chucking CDs out here and there. But I forget over time you just pick it up, and then I don't know. Things start to click a lot more. The more, same with everything. I mean, it really, the more you do, the more it works out, and here we are. So, that's it. Really. What about yourself?
I probably didn't listen to the question. Sorry. I think it's when probably you were a kid in it and you're kind of like influenced by the people around you. Like I had 2 older brothers and an older sister. So my older brothers definitely always banging Tupac like records and, you know, Wu-Tang and kind of and Dre's, like, you know, stuff like that. So I was just always around it like that, and my sister was really into the R&B stuff. So like I was always like kind of just, you know, digesting it or whatever. And then it kind of, you know, I don't know. I think every rapper starts off as like a bedroom rapper and is in the mirror. And I was kind of doing that sort of stuff, and I was performing my favourite like Eminem or Tupac songs, and you know, and it's kind of, you know, like 10, 11, 12 or whatever, and then yeah, like I remember when I first started, I bought like this thick book, and it was thick as shit, like from Bible or something, like. And I remember saying to myself, I was like if I take this seriously, yeah, like if I finish this book, you know what I mean? If I finish this book with ideas and rhymes, and I push myself to, I feel like, yeah, it's worth pursuing. You know what I mean? And I was younger doing it. I was like fucking 13 or 14 doing it. And honestly, it kind of got addictive. This book was finished so quick, and I was buying next pads, and it was just kind of like that, and it kind of grew from there. And then yeah, I think as a kid, when I used to hear rap music, I thought it was like magic. I was like, how the fuck did they put this together? Like, I just, And then as you kind of like remove the veil a bit, and you kind of see how it's formulated and built up, and then it's like stepping stones in it, and then bit by bit, and then it's like, oh, I need recording equipment, so I got myself recording, and then I need to learn how to mix, and then I need beats, and it kind of and that's how I kind of even started. But yeah, I don't know. I think like, and I know. With him as well, like I think some people are just kind of like artistic and creative in it, and I had to do something. I was always going to create something, and it just so happened that, you know, I don't know, maybe being from Manchester, and my brothers were into rap music, and rap music was very popular in the 90s. I'm born in 1990. It kind of all fitted together and made sense. You know what I mean? So So yeah, and here I am today, still hustling away.
Well, no, that's an interesting point though, because you're saying about like starting 12 years ago for you,
Yeah.
starting really young, like rapping in mirrors and stuff. What, since you started rapping then, and then since you've done it, whether it be bedroom and then doing it
Yeah.
actually professionally, like what big changes have you guys noticed within the industry on both a local level and a global level that are like significant to you within hip hop?
When I first started off, I was pretty much, I felt like I was the only person, sort of thing. You know what I
Really
mean?
rapper in a village.
You know what I mean?
So you invented rap?
No, yeah,
He's the godfather.
around here, but now it just seems like it's just going from strength to strength, and artists coming out everywhere, and it's just a high level now. And globally, though, I feel like everything's, I'm not so more gone to melodic more than lyrics now. People more focused on melody and stuff like that.
Yeah,
More than
I
lyrics.
think rap is like kind of it evolves. It's kind of it's like a beast that evolves. You know, you kind of
Yeah.
you think you know it, and then
Yeah.
something and it changes and it expands and it becomes something else. And then I bet there's even kids, you know, nowadays kind of who don't even think like my definition of rap would be the Tupacs and the whatever.
That's
true.
They wouldn't define it as that. They would be like the Lil Waynes and maybe Lil Yachty's and Lil Boaties and little fucking whatever. You know what I mean?
Like the front of a little.
Yeah, everything's got to be little. You know, I'm Lil Michael. So yeah, like, but then it's one of them. It's with everything in life, man. There's both pros and cons, isn't there?
Is there a winning formula for like a good hip hop track or album for you guys in that head? Just you saying then like your definition of like say an MC or a good rapper would be
Yeah.
Tupac, whereas maybe someone else's would be like this sort of new wave. Do you have like a winning formula in your heads that you look for in terms of like a good MC?
I think it's
We haven't found it yet. Nah, I think I don't know. For me, like it's kind of I think you have to be kind of well rounded.
Yeah.
I think you know you can't just be technically very good. I think that you also kind of need to have like content and
Yeah,
heart
say
in it.
something.
You know, yeah, what you're saying in it.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people and like technically I can tell they've worked very hard at their craft, but it's like okay, you can join letters up good and you can but like
Cool, yeah.
what are you saying in it? Like what's your message? Like
You can rhyme.
yeah, like you got bars as everybody likes, you know. Like,
Yeah.
but what are you saying? Like, who are you to me in it? What can I take from you? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like that to me, the best artists that I really like just fuck with, you know, people like J. Cole and because like he kind of says stuff, and even though I'm hopefully I get to meet the guy and work with him one day. We'll see.
If you're
If you're listening, J. Cole,
yeah.
but
He's an ardent fan.
yeah, he's always subscribed. But anyway, but yeah, like I just feel like even though this dude is older than me and from a different part of the world to me, like he says stuff that I can really resonate and connect with, and you know I want to be that for somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want a kid to hear me. Maybe he's an up and coming rapper. Maybe he's going through shit.
I feel like everyone's got that, you know, that song that everyone you relate to it, you feel that song and it really hits you. And I think that song that's the type of song that stays with you for a long
Lives
long.
on.
Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like the technical stuff's great. And I think you need that. I mean, in every rap song,
Part of it.
Yeah.
that's part and parcel of it.
Shit.
So we're in a real sort of like gangster setting right
yeah,
now.
someone's threw a carbon.
We took a time out from Gang Wars to do this interview, but
Yeah, but yeah, it's one of them. It is.
Yeah, to be honest, like we say winning formulas, and you can think you have one licked and down, and then something out of nowhere, a left field will come in, and that's the
Yeah.
new thing.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like I say, you couldn't have said to me 10, 15 years ago that everybody with dyed purple dreadlocks and like little like teenage dudes, you know, talking about just taking drugs and stuff will be this shit.
And at the same
But
time,
it
it's
is,
a
and
winning
then-
formula for somebody. Would
Yeah,
be
well,
different
you know,
for other
like-
people. So it's you just gotta do your own, stay your own lane.
So in
And,
terms
yourself.
of like Dopamine, for example, and
Yeah.
talking about you, sort of those songs that resonate to you.
Yeah.
When people listen to whether it be that album or an Organised Chaos project, you know, what is the sort of key things you want people to take away from Organised Chaos in terms of who they understand as you guys
Yeah.
and the sort of message you're putting across?
These are some good questions, by the way. I need to.
I feel like Dopamine, we didn't venture into the introspective side of things as much.
Dopamine was always more of an introduction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was all good saying, by the way, we've got a group with Dopamine, and, you know, Organised Chaos got Dopamine, and then it's just like, well, what, show me your work in it, and we didn't really have anything to show them, so Dopamine was kind of put to go,
They're fans.
right in, do want to get in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was kind of an introduction, but still, I think as an artist, and you was saying, like, I always want to leave like a piece of me in the song, innit? You know, I kind of want somebody like to know me. Like, do you know me, innit? Because I feel like my favorite artists, like I feel like I've never met them, but I really know them.
Yeah.
And I want to be like, hopefully that for somebody. I want them to, you know,
Yeah.
even this interview, even this, you know, the song, the album that we put out, you know, the new one that's coming. I want someone to hear it and be like, I feel like I know that Micah dude. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm on a level with him, and that's it. And in the meantime, all I'm going to be is myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and there's no front, there's no like, I'm trying to be this, that and the other big star or any, you know, little gangster or what. Like, no, that's it. Like, fuck all that, because, like, you know, that doesn't last.
No purple dreadlocks in the future.
I feel like
It depends how desperate we get. Let's not rule it out just yet.
we did go mad experimental on that album though. At the same time, we tried to do things that we've not sort of done before. Like there's a few tracks on there that are quite, I don't know,
niche.
Yeah, it's different how we've approached it. It's not just 16
Yeah.
chorus, 16 chorus. We try to really mix it up a bit and
It's like
just
challenging
just
yourself,
try,
innit?
you know, because with it's the first time we've actually done an album together, and we thought, well, let's see. It's more or less like a prototype album, really, when if you look at looking back now.
Yeah, I guess it's Dopamine served its purpose because, you know,
Yeah.
it kind of put our kind of name out there as such. You know, there's, you know, been played on like radio and stuff like that, and, you know, little things here and some, which is we just want to kind of infiltrate them sort of networks in it, and Dopamine really helped do that.
Yeah.
However, I feel like you said it yourself to me, which was a really like good analogy. He said Dopamine was kind of like a love tap, but I feel like this next one that's coming out is, you know, like
This is.
you know, the real like.
So is there anything we can talk about in the next one? I know there's a
yeah.
lot of hush hush going on. The gun's outside. People are desperate to hear it.
I don't blame him. It
They're
is.
breaking down.
But yeah, no, like ask away because.
Is there a departure? Is there a different sound? Is there any particular?
It's
theme to
different. It's different to Dopamine as we go a lot more inside ourselves. We're
Synced up. Sorry, got my legs crossed like.
we delve into like more life experiences, and we're not just barming out. Really, I mean, just rapping.
Yeah, it's like
So
more
it's-
soul.
Yeah,
We're trying to get that feel, like it's feel.
more round package as well.
Yeah.
Like we feel like Dopamine, we sort of almost just put it together just to get something out, get the ball rolling, experimenting and things. But now I feel like we know us now. I feel like we know what we want to be and what we want to do and how we want to do things. And it feels like this is in this album. We're really just it's all just coming out
It's
now.
all being
it's
left
all
out
getting
on the
put-
album. I think even like now, like, cause I'm like a perfectionist in it, like him. Like, I listen to Dopamine and it's kind of like tracks and I'm kind of like I'm a bit sketchy with it, you know, whatever. Whereas this one now, every song that we're kind of going through now, I'm hearing it and just going like, wow, like yes, this is what I want to be doing. You know what I mean? And that's exciting because, you know, we got a lot of love of Dopamine, which is, you know, and so if you like Dopamine, then this next project I think is, you know, might blow your socks off because I think it's, you know, we're putting a lot into it, you know, like a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of heart, you know, a lot of soul.
I think we're just taking our time a lot more with this one than that. Make sure no stones left unturned. You know, we're just going through everything with fine tooth comb. Just make sure everything's right. We walk away from the studio going, yes, I couldn't have done that any better.
Yeah.
You know,
exploring as well,
yes,
like different, like, you
definitely.
know, like, yeah, I don't know, man, like it's I'm very excited about it. I don't know if you can tell.
Well, no, yeah. So you guys have all got to get spare pairs of socks, apparently, for
Yeah,
release. Obviously, everyone can check out. There's various social media pages they can find you.
Yes.
Do some natural plugging.
Yes, you can download our album for free on...
Or you can pay.
or that is optional.
Donations are welcome.
Organisedchaos.bandcamp.com, or we're on every major streaming platform, Spotify, YouTube, we're on
iTunes.
Apple, yes. And it's all under Organised
Everywhere.
Chaos UK. So everything's under Organised Chaos UK, and we're all in.
Cheers for doing this, guys.
No problem.
No problem,
It's been a
man.
pleasure.
Good to meet you all. Thank you for having us.
Nice, man.